What up, fam? I didn't want to like press any buttons until like we all got here. I don't know if it's gonna do like some opening cutscene, so I was just like, let me not press anything until everyone's here. Thank you for the love on the thumbnail. I actually made that thumbnail like the day I bought the game. So I've had that thumbnail ready to go for like the past 2 months. And I just needed to take a picture of me that shows me like thinking, and then I could put the glasses on. So it's been ready to go. Ugh, hair in my mouth. But yeah, I had to finish editing it today. I took a shower. Y'all, it's been a rough past 24 hours. It's been a rough past 24 hours. I streamed last night. Yeah, I did. But like, when I tell y'all, I cut my fingers so bad. I told y'all last night it wasn't that bad. And like, I slept and it was fine. But I was like, man, I haven't washed my hair yet. And when you cut your finger and you're a girl, washing your hair is a nightmare. And so I've been just experimenting with different types of Band-Aids and seeing how I can get it to stay on through water. And anyway, I showered today. I don't know. We did a lot of stuff today. I'm so tired. I cleaned my car. My car's finally clean. We cleaned out the whole garage because it was just nasty, and it's hurricane season. So we got to have everything organized so we know like what to do, and we can put our cars in the garage if any more hurricanes come. So it was a crazy day. We finished our mailbox because it's been so hot, and today was like warm hot. You know, I mean, it was like 90 degrees, but it wasn't 100. So Miguel and I finally finished all this outdoor crap that we've been needing to finish. So I'm very tired now, and I'm glad that I can play something hopefully a little more calm than Zelda. I don't know. Maybe this thing's going to be crazy. I don't know. Chat, how many of you have played? I'm going to put a poll up. I need to know how many of y'all have played. Oh my god, I can't type with my bum finger. Have you played Ace Attorney? Yes. Nope. How about yup and nope? I like yup and nope. I want to. There you go. I'll do 3 options for you. All right, let's see who's here. Okay. Oh man, no, live chat. There we go. Okay, get. Oh no, I voted on the poll. Crap. Okay, anyway. A2D2, Jennifer, do you want to play a game? Who else is here? Solid State. Yes, Miguel wrote the music. So no, I don't think, yeah. So Ivan actually made my countdown, and he made the pretty little Shorty Sensei subscribe thing. Like, it's really cute. But the music he put to it, the first time I used it on a stream, I got copyright struck immediately. So I went back and put Miguel's music over. It's that ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. So like, yeah, I guess when I started my channel way back before I started streaming, when I just did like the PS5 video, I was like, hey Miguel, like I need some music, and like it'd be cool if you could write me something lo-fi, just like 4 bars, and we'll loop it, like nothing crazy. And so we just sat down for like 2 or 3 hours, and he made it like real quick. And then I was able to use it on my videos, and it's just kind of been my thing. But I've been telling him for a few months now, I'm like, I kind of want another one. Like, I would love it if all the music is something you made. Like, some of the music I've used from video games, y'all have heard. I've used stuff from video games before. Like Animal Crossing, I use a lot of Persona 5. And some Zelda. But, like, I really don't want to get copyright struck one day. Like, if we start to, make it big. I'm just kidding. We aren't making it any big. But I want him to write everything. I think it would be just so cool to be like, I have music that you'll never have. You know, I've been telling Miguel that, like, he needs to do music writing on the side for stuff like this. Like, you know how they have streaming platforms where, like, you pay a monthly fee and you get unlimited access to music? Like, he could have his music on a website like that. Like, I think he has the ability and creativity to be able to do it. Him and Avery, honestly. So, yeah, I've been begging him to make me, like, some kind of happy song. Even like a theme song. Like, I thought about some kind of like singing or rapping. Like, I probably wouldn't do it, but he would. And I thought that would be kind of like cheesy and funny. I love cheesy stuff. Exonia, you made it. I know, like the anime glasses glare is like so real. Whooshing. I know, it was hard to make the thumbnail appear like the the anime glasses sheen. Like, I really tried. I haven't heard the Outlaw Star ending credits. No way. What's it called? Let me see. Outlaw Star ending credits. Ooh, Jennifer, that's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. So, Outlaw Star ending theme. Is there only one? I want to look it up on my phone, so just in case the camera hears it. This one, the one that sings. That says first ending theme. Oh, I like the strings in it, even if this isn't it. I like the strings in it. Oop, feed the peep. Outlaw Star. I think that's the only ending I can find. If you find the link, you can pop it in the chat. The second one. Oh, okay, okay. Outlaw Star second ending. That looks like the same one. Hold on. Man, my allergies are so rough. Ah! Oh, that's funny. Yeah. That's like the vibe. Nice. It's just like if I'd put singing over it, like that is what it would sound like. That's so cool. I love it. I know. I was even thinking we could just speed up what Miguel already wrote, change the sound of the drums, and then just put a different melody and a different instrument over it, like guitar. I could play violin. I could do a string quartet. Like, we got the hookup. We are musicians here. Okay, so before... I want to say hi to everybody. Nord Timmy, Jennifer, Solid State, Exonia. Do you want to play a game? A2D2. I'd say we just go ahead and get started. Let's go. And let me know if the volume's too loud on the game or not loud enough. Ooh, let me put both headphones in for the music. Okay, how's the music compared to me? I think this game is fully voice acted, or mostly. So I'm going to talk a little bit while y'all tell me. Okay, we just had a super healthy dinner, but then I saw some snacks. And my mom has always loved these, like, what are they? Keebler Elf, like, cookies. They're like super old people snack, but she got them double stuffed. And I really didn't want the double stuffed. Because look at this. Look at the ratio of chocolate to cracker. Do you see how much extra cracker there is versus chocolate? Like, that's dumb. Like, I want the chocolate to spread throughout the whole cookie. So that means I have to eat this whole thing in like one bite. Or like I can cut it in half because it's already kind of broken. Oh my god, it didn't break evenly. No! No! Ugh. Oh, this music. Get it, strings? Mm-hmm. I love it. Frosted Zaibatsu, what's up? Real life friend. No way, really? Dude, I'm okay. If you like it, it's gonna be good. I'm excited. I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about these games. And I've played some games and not enjoyed them, so the fact that no one says anything bad is a good thing. Okay, hold on. The lighting's pretty poop. Oh god, now it's too bright, right? I don't want to get a headache. This game gonna give me a headache. Look, I'm not... Okay, here's the deal. Why did I put in the title that I think I'm gonna be bad at this? I'm glad Miguel's not here for this. I actually asked him to play this with me, like to sit next to me, because I thought y'all would love it, and he is so good at this kind of thing. Like, we've been watching Suits, and he's like way smarter than me at that kind of stuff. I am kind of slow on the uptake. I am a very face value person. I don't always dig deeper for things, like meanings. Like, reading was my worst score when I was in school, because I could read fast, but I would not comprehend a single thing that I just read or make connections. So I've had to learn as an adult how to like combat, I don't know, my attention span. So I hope you guys can help me along here, because there's probably going to be a lot that I don't catch on to. I'm going to be honest. I'm really nervous. You got Imbibitor Lune. Congratulations. See, here's the thing. Since I lost my 50-50 for Luocha to freaking Himiko, I could just die. Every time I think about it, I just get angry. I can get Imbibitor Lune, like, in 2 pulls. Like, I pulled a lot more for Luocha, never got him. I think I did 110 pull on Kafka's banner, so I'm like 40 or 50 pulls in. So in like 20 to 30 pulls, I'm guaranteed my 5-star from the banner. But I don't need Imbibitor Lune. I have Yukong now. I'm using her as my imaginary unit. So I really, like, I needed a healer so bad. When I tell you I needed Luocha, we're talking about Honkai Star Rail, by the way. Sorry, guys. But I needed Luocha. So when I didn't get him, I literally could have cried. But I just stopped playing for 2 months instead. So I'm back on my grind. I've saved up like I have 25 like ticket, just free pulls. And then I have enough to buy like 40 more. So I can do like 60 pulls right now. But I'm saving up for Fu Xuan. First of all, her design is so cool. She's short and like sassy like me and a little bit awkward, so I really like her. And her design is beautiful. Beautiful. And she's a good preservation unit. So since I only have one crappy healer and an okay preservation unit like defender, shielder, I really need to save up for a good shield that can stand on their own. And so far from leaks that I've heard, Fu Xuan's going to be a really good defender. So I'm saving up for Fu Xuan, since after that I'm just going to wait on another healer. I don't know. I've just been leveling my characters up, getting relics, traces, all that crap. Okay, y'all ready? Select adventure? What do you mean select adventure? Oh, I can just start in any episode? Why would I not start in episode 1? Okay, well, we're definitely starting at 1. New game. Oh, okay. It'll just start me wherever, I guess. Oh, it's an anime!
The Empire of
No,
Japan, after opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling.
That's better.
It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
How's volume, y'all? Does it need to be higher for the game? Who was shot?
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
That's us! Why are we holding a gun? Bienvenue à la carnival. Okay, let's go! Ooh, yikes, that seems a little loud, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, that text is gonna have to move faster. That was so slow. Hold on. That text was really slow. Okay. Oh no. Wait time. Wait time of what? The length time until the next line of dialogue is displayed in autoplay and story mode. Oh man, I can't make it go faster? Okay. Did it save? Reader. Turn this on to enable story mode in place of autoplay, allowing you to progress through the game automatically without having to press any buttons. No, I want to do the buttons. The answers to questions, presentation of evidence, etc. are all handled on your behalf. No, I'll do that. Okay. So that like makes it easier. Okay, so there's no changing the text speed. 22nd of November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendants, Antechamber 5. Does any of that matter? I hope not. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan waiting to decide my fate? Fate is in red. Okay. Okay, I don't like the screen flashes. I might turn them off. It's just annoying. Why? Like, what's the point in them? Oh no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer! Did he hit me? Did he hit me? Let's fight! My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. Ooh, hello. Hello. Well, let me just move me over really quick. Like, excuse me? Hello. Hello, who are you? Hello. Why don't we move me? Just for this, let's put me here. Is that good? Or should I stay in the corner? Nobody put Shorty in the corner. But look, you're missing out on his... Uh-oh. Undo what I just moved. You're missing out on his, the only movement on the screen. Let's try this. Let's try that. So it's Taisho era mystery. Yeah, what did it say? It's late 19th century Japan. So like, yeah, isn't that the early 1900s? Empirical Japan was no joke. It's hard to tell sometimes. Depends on how far along westernization is. The setting occurs during the Meiji period, Victorian era. Okay. Volume's fine. Okay, good. Also, blammo. Okay, he's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Bailiff. Is he the bailiff? And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. Oh, he's my lawyer? Defend me all day. Let's go. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. He has a sword! Oh my goodness, do you need all that? You sure? So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you, you haven't even graduated yet. And yet I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Relative? Maybe a relative? Still feel like the lighting is kind of dark. Ha 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 ha. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Yeah, they gotta be related, right? Though I must say you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. I killed my professor? But it looked like I did it on accident. It didn't look like I did it on purpose. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean, I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Do you know who did it? Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. Aw, his bestie. Also in his second year at Yume University, but he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago, but I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Kazuma do be a Chad, thank you. You're right, 5 minutes in and I found a husbando. I mean, he's in college. He's a lawyer, he got that money. He got that money. You know he's cool because his headband is flowing with no wind in the room. That is true. His own coolness is just emanating. That's very true. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud, as your friend. Man, that thing's still blowing in the wind. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Why does it do the bling? Is it trying to tell me that, like, I need to remember this information? There's a mysterious aura billowing around his temple. Well, he does have a headband on. Is he covering something up? I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. There it is again. Ding! The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. So I feel like Kazuma has a deeper voice. Maybe I can like, It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Asogi, may I have a word? Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. All right then, Ryunosuke, I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. This is awkward. If I may? Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. Man, I'm like real nervous. Well, I am being accused of murder. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked. Never granted again. What? Ah, as I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear. I'm not a murderer. I am sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Okay, music? Okay. Sorry, what do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. What does that mean? The music is so intense and really good. But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest you do anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not, do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Oh God, here we go. First case. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Oh, you're talking about the game Yakuza? Susato, your bae. What's Yakuza like? Robo and Domo. Imagine not beating TOTK yet. Yes, imagine. Imagine. I want to ask before we get into the game, would you prefer no backseating period or help after a while? I've seen an LP and know what all happens. Okay. If I ask for help, give it. And I might. I don't have any clue how this court stuff is going to go. So, actually, maybe some backseating would be nice, just to get different opinions. You know what? Backseat away. And honestly, with the way stream's been working lately, I might not even see it in time to account for your, what you guys are saying. But you know what? Backseat away. I'm going to say backseat away in this one. But if you've played it before, maybe don't give me like a dead-on correct answer. You know what I mean? Maybe you can shove me in the right direction if you've played before. Like, you know what I mean? Just give me the little gentle nudges like you guys do when I'm in a shrine. That is a great question, JM. Yes, so you can, if you've played it before, gentle nudges. If you've never played, I mean, just throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. I'm fine with that. Yakuza is insane, and I love every second of it. Perfect amount of camp and over drama. It's also a good game. True, I do work full time. I only stream once, if I get lucky, twice a week. Gameplay is really simple. More of a puzzle game than anything. Oh God. Okay. Okay. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Why not? My bestie, no? Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. 22nd of November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, courtroom 2. My God, look at me. You're back?
Yeah.
Why?
I missed the text when they called it off this week.
Oh, Miguel's here. He's here. What'd you get? Snacks?
Just got a protein bar. That's
Oh, so you're being healthy. Oh, he got a protein bar.
Like you. What?
This is like my 4th cookie.
Yeah, I know.
We just got into the courtroom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Miguel, you want to come sit? If not, it's fine. It's fine. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. Hopefully this is like the tutorial trial, even though it is me on trial. The main character is on trial for murder.
Oh, snap.
But I didn't do it, apparently. We got no backstory except for that I didn't do it. Nord Timmy, hello. I've been playing the first one. It's awesome. Like a Dragon is the latest one I hear. It's kind of different. Poor Ryunosuke's got that deer in the headlights look. He really does. Why does he look so scared?
Because he did it. Okay.
Miguel's gonna come sit. Let me give him an earpiece. I'm gonna give him the icky earpiece so I can have the good earpiece. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery.
What's up, y'all?
Alright, here you go.
Oh, snap.
Sorry,
Cross this Ibatsu in the chat. Let's
yeah, I know
go.
he said he's played and he
Oh,
really
yeah?
likes it. Yeah.
Fun.
I know. I could probably move these in, but you have to do the thing underneath where you
You're
can
fine.
like
You're
get
fine.
more
Don't
in.
make it weird.
Okay.
You
All right,
good,
Miguel's here. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have okay, wait. His voice is deep. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. What? Why? A secret
I
trial?
like the camera shake.
A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. So I shot my professor. And it shows me like holding the gun, but I'm like shocked looking like I didn't do it. So I'm telling my friend who's my defense attorney that I didn't do it.
Okay.
And he believes me, of course. We're like best friends. And
Okay.
he's still like a law student, but they're letting him be a lawyer. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
get it.
This is
What?
too
But
small
why?
for my ear. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The music's pretty
Is
good,
there
though.
another port in there?
Mm-mm. I think it's only one.
Alright.
If you have different headphones like this, we
No,
can use them.
No.
It'll become clear in time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Yeah, my character is very, like,
Spastic.
jittery. Well, I mean, I'm getting accused of murder.
Right.
Also, if my friend does not succeed in my case to help me, then he doesn't get to go study abroad. He wants to study abroad in London.
Wait. What is it? He doesn't get to go abroad if what?
If he doesn't solve my case.
Oh,
like
okay,
with like let me win or whatever.
The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
I like it, babe. I
No.
like it.
That's probably more his voice.
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Alright, babe, go ahead.
No.
Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided in 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? Do I get to pick? Okay, because if I pick my friend, I risk him not being able to travel abroad. I could pick someone else. Okay, guys, this is it. The guy earlier, this professor, told me to say I do. He's like, you need to answer quickly and say I do.
Okay.
So I was given advice to say I do, and I feel like I should do it.
Okay.
Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do.
Yeah, go for it.
Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for his defense. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst?
All he did was raise his hand.
I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself.
Oh, snap.
What? You'll be... What? Why would you do that? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off. No, it's not that, really. It's just that... Well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes, I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Yes. Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. Fake it till you make it, buddy. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed.
Were you about to give him a southern accent?
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes! Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. Oh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again?
Do you remember?
Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of R. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press R for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. Ooh, evidence. Okay. That's the professor. That's this dude.
Did you read all these for the chat?
Okay. John H. Wilson, the victim of this case, he was visiting professor of medicine at Yume University from the British Empire. The lead prosecutor of this case, Taketsuchi Auchi, would appear to have little love for the changes the Cultural Reformation has brought about. So he's an old school guy. A medical school professor at the Imperial Yume University, he's an authority in forensic medicine and Kazuma's mentor. Kazuma Asogi, my friend, a second year at the Imperial Yume University. He's my best friend, and despite being a student, a qualified defense lawyer as well. So he came to visit probably this dude.
John Wilson. He looks like John Watson.
Really?
Who Sherlock Holmes is like best buddy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
You think that's on purpose?
I think so. Who's this in the professor of medicine?
Oh, he said Miguel should be the VA. That was great. The game is very pun wordplay heavy. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, JM heard it too when you went slightly southern there for a second.
Ouchie. Okay.
And and I forgot Watson he was like a field doctor for the military, so it's definitely a reference.
47, 42. Okay, look.
Wait, what's his name?
Kazuma's 23. I can call him his daddy if I want to. What?
I just need to remember his name. John Wilson?
John Wilson. John H. Wilson.
Okay, because you're about to...
Remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record.
Okay. Good to know.
Now you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press X to present. Try it now.
Yes! Yes.
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was visiting a professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed. You should read one. My voice is gonna hurt.
You don't have to do the voice.
I do. I have to read for chat, babe. Can you read the judge?
Can you imagine doing this for the entire 30-hour
Can you be the judge, please? You don't have to talk like that. Just be the judge.
Which is the reason why this case has such profound implications.
Implications? Okay.
The British Empire. Okay, gotcha. Is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. I feel like I need a deeper voice for him.
Yeah.
It's the beard.
He's like Abe Lincoln looking.
And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations.
There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
Oh, wait. I wanted to go back and...
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it.
This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter.
In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. This is our flashback.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently, right after we had like this tea together is when something happens.
Gotcha.
Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow. It's incredible to think. Wait.
Oh, there he is. I've seen that man.
I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. I should go and say hello.
Why y'all open people's business?
So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson.
Now then, let me pose my next question to you, defendant Naruhodo.
You might have to speak up a little bit. You're like whispering.
I know, because I don't want to actually do this. Yes, Your Excellency.
My eyes are like...
No. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death.
Okay, cause of death. Cause of death.
We don't actually know, right? Is that a gun?
Well, we know I had a gun in my hand.
The cause of death. Well, obviously, that was,
Ryunosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence? But how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now.
Postmortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m.
Male, British, time of death, 19th November, shortly after 2 p.m. Single bullet fired at close range. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body.
Okay.
Close range in his pectoral.
You say he shot him in the chest. Pop, execution style.
Papa! Bra-da-da!
Brat.
Bra-da-da!
Stop.
Well,
Well,
according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma? Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. Oops, my bad. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way.
that's terrible.
Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime.
He ain't from Georgia.
You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion.
So you know it's a close.
In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Thank you, counsel. I've changed his voice like 6 times.
That's fine. You can just use your regular
The court
voice.
will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. A photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record.
Okay.
Cool.
So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. How old is this? That's awesome. It's clearly superior
Oh, I think
to a
someone
drawing.
said it earlier.
The
There
detail
it
is incredible.
Look at, do you want to play
Mr. Insanity, what's up?
right in the
Welcome.
middle?
Meiji era, 1868 to 1912. Okay, Stravinsky era. Let's go. Let's go, Igor Stravinsky. Okay, sorry. My favorite composer. Love him.
Ain't that good? Very well, I'm satisfied with your answer.
There's going to be another murder here if Miguel insults Igor Stravinsky in front of me again.
Go on.
Okay, we're starting the trial.
Right, Jen.
No! Certainly, Your Excellency. I just imagine him being, like, lazy and old.
See, I don't. He's
So
he's
without
too
further
pompous
ado, in
to
order
be
to
lazy.
better appraise the court with the facts of the case,
Give me more of like
the prosecution hereby calls its first witness who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Okay, gotcha, Frosted Zaibatsu. DNA and all that is fairly new. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first.
That is
he
a
brought up the
goofy looking
headband and the constant air around him. He's like Beyonce, like.
And he brought a sword.
Ollie pop, oh, Ollie, Ollie.
That's not.
Go ahead. What's he sound like, babe?
To me, he seems very pompous.
Like, witness, state your name and occupation.
State
for the
your
court,
name and
please.
occupation for the court, please. Like something really annoying like that.
Obnoxious.
Yeah, something that just get on your nerves.
Hosonaga, who is he? Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. Oh, another Satoru.
Satoru.
Okay, Satoru, okay.
He ain't even that
He's no
cute,
Gojo. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival.
Sick. Whoa.
What the hell? Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, Is he overworked?
Yeah, see, damn, we're on the right track.
It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. That's so sad. That should not be regular,
for real.
Hosonaga.
You should go to Dr. Wilson.
Well, it really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. Whoa, Occidental. Okay, hold on. An Occidental eatery 3 days ago.
Oh yeah, understood. Hosonaga-san. Ooh, a son in there. You will kindly tell the court everything that you can about the incident.
At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring?
Oh my gosh.
Cheesy. It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question.
Okay, let's
We
remember
have a
this.
few diners at that time of the day. We have few diners
Okay.
at that time of the day, 2 p.m. Just after 2 p.m. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place.
So this is there's 2 and 1 more.
It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman slumped in his chair, and standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on, let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But...
Is that fire?
Fire, you made it!
The next time you interrupt an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. It's an interesting last name.
Ooh, penalized. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ugh. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Oh my god.
Bro,
Yes,
he's
without question.
about to die in the court.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Wait and see. We're not going to interject. We're going to wait. We're going to let him finish his story, right? That's what we do in a professional court of law.
Let him cook.
Let him cook. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Ryunosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I would have never gotten into Yuma University otherwise. But you can't always just follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. All right, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it.
Okay.
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you are not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? He do be sick. No, the deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. But maybe the lady just came in, shot him, and left.
Oh no, maybe.
While he was back in the kitchen. Because he didn't come out until the lady was probably gone. Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume? That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation.
Wait, what?
He wrote the layout of the restaurant on the back of his business card.
It was a turbulent situation? What does that even mean?
However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone.
Done and ditch. Real quick.
Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter.
No, he's sick and he killed a doctor.
Thank you, sir.
I think he's in on it.
The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... he looks nervous.
No. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once.
Of course, here you are. He's not normal.
You, I think he's in on it.
What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. Dude, stop dying.
Well, that's the thing. I think maybe the doctor couldn't treat him well and he wanted to...
That's true. So, the court has now heard a precis of the case.
Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we're looking at a black and white case here. Of course, yeah.
Coughing like that and serving food, amen. That he should not be working in the food industry. Where's his mask? Where's the masks in Japan?
Look at the record. Press R. Go to the card. Why did he not want to pass it out? Can we look at the examine? Magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass. Okay. We can't read Japanese.
And I see those other symbols. I just don't know what that means.
I was thinking it had to be something around the X.
Oh,
the kitchen and the entrance. Maybe that's what it's, Okay. So without this, it's showing the entrance and the kitchen. So if somebody had come and gone from the restaurant, they'd have to walk by the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, you know. The blood. I like how they have it in black and white so that they can, like, actually show it. And it still be a teen game and not mature.
By then they didn't have color pictures.
Oh, that's true, that's true.
I wish you could, like, flip the card and stuff.
I know, I wish there was a way to, like, flip the card.
Business card.
Because he did write on his business card, which seems a little fishy.
Yeah.
Also weird he's not facing the table. That's the dead guy, I guess. Oh, that makes sense, Matthew. Modern germ day theory was in its infancy back then. Hell, in 1876, Koch built upon the work of Pasteur by proving that specific microbes cause specific diseases. True, true, true. He's not facing the table. So the kitchen's over there. Jessica would love this game. Okay. Interesting. It would seem we're looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an cream soda. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence?
No.
Hell no! We innocent! Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it. Professor Mikotoba said it. And so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing to throw away that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Woo! Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Let's go! Indeed. Prosecutor Auchi, please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be.
Oh, no doubt about that.
He's got that anime glasses glare. Real good. Real good. Ugh. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once.
Dang, he looked like J. Jonah Jameson.
Who's that?
From Spider-Man.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iesunoso reporting for duty, sir. Myself?
Myself.
Oh my god.
I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the affluences of our nation, Nippon.
That's
Super
definitely
slow.
the voice of
I
him.
see him like taking his sweet time trying to
Of
talk.
our nation, Nippon. Guilt is assumed in the Japanese
Yeah,
legal
I have
system.
heard that.
Okay.
Almost like 90% of the
Far
people.
contrasting from the English common law system. Got it, got it. Jessica, you're here. Everyone was
Hey.
saying that you'd be so good at this and you'd love this. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to sit up taller.
You need better earphones. These are
They're terrible.
garbo.
Well, I have the good one. You have the poopy one. This one has a rubber on it.
Don't we have like other?
You can go look for some, but I don't think so.
I'm about to.
I mean, all we have is like over the ear headphones.
And conduct. Wait, I forgot what voice I was doing.
That one.
No, because
he's
it's
old.
sounded. Yeah. And conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd district. That's a lot of words I can't read. Kyoryo Kurikuta. At your service.
From Rasute, a humble premises. Okay. Curio Korekuta.
An antique dealer and a soldier with an unusual pairing. Both of the gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the date in question.
They must be the diners at the other table the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always post noon. Always post noon, remember that. And not infrequently converse with the interest parties regarding the curios with which I make my businesses. Bro, me too.
I can't understand a word that old man is
I'm
saying.
sitting here like, bro, what is he saying?
He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La
Right.
Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with a rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Wait, they saw it? Is that what they said?
Affirmative.
How?
You both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident.
No way, because
They
they
were
just
there.
said that there were only like 3 people in the restaurant.
That's what the waiter said.
I know.
The waiter's lying. Lying son of a... Lying son of a... No wonder
Well,
he was
somebody's
sweating.
lying, that's all I'm saying.
He was sweating. Okay, so far I'm thinking...
Too
Homeboy
early-
waiter is
too-
sick.
Too early to call it. Too early to call
Homeboy
it.
waiter was sick. And a doctor was killed in his restaurant. I just want to point that out.
Go on.
The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war. Sir!
It was that black uniformed rogue infantry over the owner. Oh, wow.
It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman
Straight up.
over there who
Just
unloaded his
pointing.
firearm, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening?
For real.
That's probably really loud, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
The soldier's claiming that he actually saw
Just
the
leave it.
precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start.
Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Go on.
Okay. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir.
Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon.
Acerbic.
Acerbic.
Don't hear
You've
that
never
often.
heard that word before.
Let's look it up really quick, because I want to know. I like to learn things. Acerbic. Boop, 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 boop.
Acerbic.
Sharp and forthright. Tasting sour or bitter. Oh, okay. So he's saying that because he's likes tea. So he's saying it made it sour.
Go on.
Okay, their testimonies.
Let's see.
I like how the old man is shaking.
Okay, let's see.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of the particular fine golden curio to the military gentleman. Fine.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel from the back.
You don't know nothing.
That's not right, because the bullet wound entered through the chest. So
Yeah,
that is a
squat,
lie.
bro.
They're lying.
Stupid.
Straight up lying. Straight up lying.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
So this
He got,
Korakuto was
3 different
not paying
bottles.
attention.
Huh?
Korakuto was just there for the
Yeah,
tea.
he was there with Uncle
He hasn't
Iroh.
even said he heard the
Just
gunshot.
That's true. He hasn't said nothing about the gunshot.
Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy.
Damn.
Oh my god. That's a whole You can't have a weapon in a courtroom.
Well, your boy has a whole sword.
That's okay.
It's
You're
fine.
right. You're right.
What time we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day.
But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee.
Hey, coffee man.
Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. So he had already gotten shot when he picked up the gun. How did he not hear the gunshot,
That's what
though?
I'm saying.
I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang.
Oh, it was set up.
Oh, he was set up. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now! As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Despicable.
Despicable. Certainly the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt.
Y'all stupid, too.
Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial.
I love his eyes just be...
What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me, let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it? How pathetic. How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection.
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it, it's irrelevant. Cosmo is so commanding. Very well.
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, period. This is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke.
But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in these witnesses' statements. Yeah, the fact that he said I shot him from behind when the gunshot wound entered through the front. So, homeboy was lying. You didn't fire the gun, which means that's what that soldier said was a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key is to doing that is evidence. Mm-hmm. Right, evidence. So, the picture. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying.
The picture.
Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you.
Because the bullet didn't go through, so it's not even in his back.
All right, then. It's all or nothing.
You would not say it like that. It's all or nothing.
It's
cross-examination.
All or nothing.
Okay.
What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. He was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian from the back. The cowardly little weasel.
The one we present, right?
Okay, yeah, I can click through it. Okay. Okay, so it says R present.
Okay.
And then
you
I
go
can
to that,
present with
then,
the X here with the picture.
Yes, I would do that. You shut the whole room down.
What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes.
Say it.
There's a clear inconsistency here.
There you go.
What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in the Grand Courtroom. This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Cosmo, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photograph print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Iesanosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because...
He's looking over.
Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
Oh, I see what Professor Sabatsu was saying earlier, too, from the picture. I noticed it now, that Dr. Wilson is facing away from the table.
Right. There's like a table behind him, so how could he get shot from behind?
Like he wasn't eating his, you know.
According to your witness's statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Oh, why is there a baby behind him? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down.
Oh, I missed it. I didn't see that. I looked away.
Certainly, there's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. It was like a baby that like popped up
I
on
was
his
just
back and he
looking
like
at
pushed
chat,
it down. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. What reason do you have to lie? Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard was proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iesa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Yeah?
Consistency seer awarded.
There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy?
All of a sudden there's beware.
So this is what being an ace attorney is all about?
Hey, they did the thing. Where they say the
But
title.
I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either.
You can barely see the bottom from him.
Myself, I have already been quite clear.
Myself, I have already.
Go ahead.
The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. What? Why on the floor?
Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
Oh, thanks for the bless. Thanks for the bless. Treasure.
Oh. I do not. Indeed, the Hoera Koban, my priced coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habit to place in the bosom. Wait,
My
on the
bosom.
bosom pocket a bosom. Who has a bosom pocket? A particular trinket of interest for my rusty.
Habitude. Never heard that.
Habitude place, like my place of living.
Oh, in the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military men that I proffered my Hoei treasure.
Hoei treasure.
Hoei treasure. I believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not. But I was presented with a little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished.
The Koban vanished?
They're trying to steal that too. The thought plickens. Hunting around under the table, I was in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. Yeah, Big Bang. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoya treasure. Nothing could distract me.
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No, bro, I bet he didn't.
No.
It was stolen.
I see.
I don't get it. That lamentable day, the precious Hoya Koban was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself.
Did the sergeant kill him trying to kill the old man instead of the doctor? Was he going to shoot the old man, but then the old man dropped to the floor to search for the coin, but then he shot
I mean, you're building
the
a
doctor
theory.
on accident?
Oh, no, that's a stretch.
I'd have to
We
look
don't
at the
do-
card again, but like they would have to be sitting in front of the guy to have shot him in the chest.
As I'm sure everyone presents is aware. This case demands a swift and decisive resolution. government has promised to send a full report to the Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. No. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive.
No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will not. He will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain.
Bro, what?
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh.
Very well, the court invites this witness to testify again. He will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations.
I want to see this again. Okay, if that's where the guy was sitting when he died...
Well, if he was sitting and he was facing this direction, meaning someone must have shot him from, like, the kitchen.
Well, how do we know which way he was facing?
The
Oh, he
picture.
was sitting this way.
No, look at the picture. Go back.
But look, if the back of the chair is
It
there,
don't matter.
he's
That's
facing
just to
that
do
way.
the thing, right? I don't think that's
Or
weird.
he's facing his table, which
He's
means
not.
someone
Go
had
back
to...
to the picture. Look where
Oh,
the
he was
table's
facing
at.
away from the table.
Exactly, meaning he was, if that's where he was shot, he was facing the kitchen.
Right. Or facing, like, towards the entrance/kitchen. So, like, somebody could have come in, talked to him, turned around, bam. Or someone could have come from the kitchen, turned around, bam.
Maybe I'm thinking too hard into it.
The head waiter of the European-style restaurant Le Carnival was serving there on the day of the incident. An army sergeant of the Empire of Japan who witnessed the incident. The owner of Ratsute who was hunting for a lost Hoei-era gold koban coin at the time of the incident. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear?
Maybe somebody shot him from the outside of the restaurant. Doesn't show the whole place. Oh, maybe. Like a window or something.
That's true. No one's mentioned anything about a broken window or anything yet.
Or the entrance, I don't know. It's clear as Kiriko. It is clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir.
What's with
Awaiting
this
signal to
baby,
testify,
bro?
sir. Yeah, why does he have his baby with him?
Train him young.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Ido. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
That's like the oldest
Which
baby
means he
sound.
doesn't have enough money to be meeting with this dude in the first place. So why was he meeting with him if not to steal his gold coin, kill him, and run off with it so he could make his own money?
Ooh, that's the theory. Go on. Look at this girl cook.
Your father is about to quell the enemy. Ew.
Ew.
Watch and learn, my boy. Ugh.
Bro, boy,
Yuck.
snotting. Witness testimony. Alright, let's pay attention. The true culprit.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in the back. How do you know, bro? You were on the floor. That much I myself did see. Did you, though? Are you sure about that? Go on.
Okay.
Or you can read it if you want to keep up with the details.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
What? Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself. Lies. What about the woman?
Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out.
But the only one who knows or is saying that he wasn't alone is
These
me.
testimonies are certainly... Whoa. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Everyone looking away. They don't want to admit it.
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident.
Ooh,
The prosecution has photogenic evidence of this fact.
Wait, of the what fact? I missed
That he was eating alone.
Oh. Okay.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. I'm looking at that steak.
It's eaten.
I want to look at the steak in the other picture, too.
It's full. It has not been touched.
Right. There's only one place set, certainly based on the appearance of this print. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. Ugh, this doesn't make any sense. Hold on, let's look, y'all. That's a full steak.
Is it?
I mean,
it's hard to tell. Can't really see.
I'm pretty positive that behind there.
Yeah. Let's see the new picture.
And then... Oh, it's not in here yet.
We don't have
okay.
it yet. Okay, gotcha. I'm sure they'll add it to the court.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record.
No, we can see it. Wait. Bottle of carbonated water and steak. You seen the victim's table.
I don't understand. Okay, wait. This one, the glass is like empty.
Okay. That one in glass has.
I mean, it could have had stuff in it, but like, I feel like in the other one the steak wasn't eaten. Maybe?
No, it's hard to tell.
It is hard to tell.
Because the body's hiding it on the
The
other
body
picture.
does kind of hide it.
But you did make a point about the glass, though.
Yeah, there's nothing in that glass, right? Nothing. There's a very tiny bit in the bottom, but that other glass, that one's got more drink in it.
Go back to the picture for the description. Does it say what he was drinking? No, the description. No, it just says that. I just wanted to know if like it was like a different drink or anything. Anyway.
A little after 2 p.m. was caused by the loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Fatal hemorrhage from pectoral blister trauma. No exit when bullet did not pass through the body. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him.
You would think that we'll be able to help you. Oh, damn.
Alright, go get me the ones behind you. Might as well do both.
Which
If
one's
one's
the one
dying,
on
they're
this
both gonna die. Yeah. My berries, and then put them in there. I don't know, maybe they'll work, but I doubt it. Sorry, guys. Well, we can catch up with the chat now. Wait, look at the layout of the restaurant. No, that's not the same table. Yeah, I was wondering about the layout of the restaurant too, if it even like matched up. All right, we got new Joy-Cons, bae?
Yeah.
Sweet, we got our fruity Joy-Cons.
Alright, so what is he saying?
He said like look at the layout of the restaurant. Because he was facing away from the table. And we don't know where we were sitting or where the old man was sitting and the sergeant dude.
Well, based on the memory, it would have looked like we were on this table, but I don't know if that's
right.
if that changes anything. No, but then I don't know if those angles mean anything. This was the... kitchen or any entrance.
Yeah, this thing's not telling us anything right now, I don't think. We need more evidence.
Alright. Anything here they want to
It's
see?
also just strange that his chair is not facing the table. That's what's weird to me.
It is weird.
Hold on. Go back again to the other picture.
This one?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, we can see in the corner there was the flowers on the table. I was wondering if they kind of staged the picture of him when he got shot. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Taketsuji Auchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor.
That'd be me when I get frustrated. I look just like that.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet.
Boy.
What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on there behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. Uh-oh.
Oh, what it froze?
The second photo shows two tables behind it, which isn't in the layout. Ah. Yeah. It's kind of true.
Wait.
So, like, the card layout is wrong.
I'm trying to see how it's... What am I missing? Is he saying that these two tables aren't on the picture?
Yeah, and I think it just depends on the angle of the chair. But, like, there's no way with the drawing being what it is that two tables can fit behind him. So the drawing on the card was wrong in the first place.
Oh, because of where he got shot?
Mm-hmm. Because he's in the picture facing away from the table.
So, like, behind him, there's technically...
Right, there were two tables in the picture, which means either he wasn't sitting in that spot or the guy drew the tables wrong or marked the spot wrong.
Which both of them are.
Now's your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. Ugh.
So we have to cross-examine what they said earlier.
The true culprit.
Okay.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment of the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Not worried about that.
How do I move? It's just this?
Mm-hmm. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was. That young lad in black. Pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was. That young lad in black. That much I myself did see.
Okay.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Wait, what?
Go to the pictures again. Press R.
Is that what?
Mm-hmm.
R present?
Well, I just want to look at the evidence.
Oh, okay.
Look at one of the pictures if you can. Or look at this one. There's no people behind them, right? In the chairs? No. Okay.
No.
Okay, go back.
Visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. I don't know what that means. What he means by that.
Nobody else was there. By looking around, he noticed no one else was there.
Okay.
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. So none of them are saying they saw the woman.
Yeah, we know that's not.
But he was under the table when the woman could have come in. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out.
So which...
Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Did we get all the way to the end?
Yeah. The last one was this one.
No, oh, okay.
That is the last one. What is this options thing?
Oh, that's the... I don't know, guys. It helps in that pressing statements forces the witnesses to alter their testimony. Pressing their statements can sometimes give more information.
Oh, press as an L.
Oh, we can ask for more.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay, so go back to the first one. I didn't know what L meant either. Okay. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. I feel like we should press that.
Why? There's nothing.
Because he never saw
evidence.
me shoot the gun.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, we'll think about it. Pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black, that much I myself did see.
That one still gets me because of his testimony.
That he was under the table.
Looking for a thing. Did he say he was on the floor when he heard the
gunshot?
gunshot?
He said he was, okay, he said he was on the floor when he heard the gunshot.
He didn't really care about the gunshot when it happened, so how could he have, seen me with the gun?
Yeah, he said he was on the under the table looking at me. It's fine, it's fine. Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I've told you already that's only because I picked it up off the floor. Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away. I had just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when... I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, bang!
So he was shot while he was picking it up.
A gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry, what do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the Koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as well. Anyway, the fact remains. Myself, I did see you. With pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner.
Okay.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel
press
present.
That one? I know you were wanting to press that one.
No, it was actually the first one, but keep
that
going.
Is, oh, my bad. No, you meant this one.
Yeah, that one's very vague. Yeah, let's press it. Ready?
Yes!
No, it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? How could I? And yet, it's an undeniable fact that I did blink. So, there you have it. Have what? Tension! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears and the very next moment.
Wait, so the sound of the firearm rang in my ear. Next moment.
I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you? Hi, Brittany! It's been forever, girly! What's up?
Let us not forget that the antique dealer witnessed the accused.
Let us not forget that the antique dealer witnessed the accused in this most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Korikuta-san? Is he changing his story? Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Dang, guys, this is tricky.
Okay. I still don't like this one.
A visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. But they didn't say anything about the waiter.
Or the woman.
The waiter or the woman. And the waiter said he was there, and they're saying they didn't even see the waiter. They're not mentioning anything about him.
Did I press this one already?
No, might as well press them all at this point.
Yeah.
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Yeah, we got it.
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. If only there'd been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
Okay.
What is that, Counsel? It's a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Okay.
Okay. Hota Clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. I wonder, what do you think, Ryunosuke? Well, is it hard to see how it could be related, really? Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. I think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence? Yes!
Okay.
Yes! Who is Binger, y'all?
Do you just want to read the chat for a second?
If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Objection.
That's right. Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon. You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. What a loser. Wait, check that. He was the prosecution. Ah, I see. Officer, kindly add that to the victim's medical report card to the court record. Yes, I want to read it. The victim's medical report card from Hota Clinic was entered into the court record. What we need right now is new clues. Press R.
Doing it.
Let's look at it. We can't click it?
Wait, what? Oh, maybe after...
Okay, yeah, let him talk for a second. Let him cook. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival, all ready for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt.
Feel free to reiterate.
Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korikuta-san. Indeed, alone he was the Englishman dining all by himself.
Okay, now...
Okay.
Oh.
Now we can just press R and...
Can I examine? Dang it.
We can't examine it, huh?
No. Because if I press...
Click that one, the new picture. Maybe we just present the new picture. I wish we could present this picture and the layout on the card together. Why don't we do the business card? Why don't we present the business card?
With what though, right? Do you have to? Don't you have to tie it with something?
I guess.
A statement with. Is your thing dying or something?
No.
What's that noise?
I don't know.
Oh, what was that noise?
I don't know what that noise was.
I guess we didn't press all of the answers, didn't we? All of the.
Oh, to press all of them to see.
Right. Did we press this one?
No, we didn't. I don't think.
And what's this history thing? That's okay. Want to press it?
Some evidence can't be examined. What's stated is all it is. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yes!
So, you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in. But the waiter, they're not saying they saw the waiter. They're all ignoring the waiter was there.
The incontestable evidence that we have to support their statement as well.
I think if you present the one where it says there was no one else present when we were looking around, then you submit the waiter card to go, well, the waiter gave us this. Y'all aren't even mentioning that the waiter was there. I mean, I know the waiter said he was in the kitchen, but he was at the restaurant.
Hold on, let's see. Let's just wait.
As can clearly be seen. There is only a single beefsteak on the victim's table, a meal for one. No. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out.
I guess I need to press this one.
Yep, go back. Oh yeah, you can press this one.
Yes!
I haven't pressed this one yet.
Why aren't you telling the truth? What? What did you say, cadet?
I want the truth.
I clearly remember.
Is this a reference to, what's that lawyer movie with Tom Cruise? A Few Good Men.
I kind of think the waiter did it too. I ain't gonna lie.
I want the truth. You can't handle
I
the truth.
kind of think the waiter did it.
I clearly remember. Okay, again, he's gonna show the woman.
There
And
was
this
a
is like
woman
an
sitting.
anime. They just be showing
There was a
flashbacks.
woman sitting across the table from the professor.
I feel like I'm watching Naruto. Yeah, it was A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men? Nice.
It's a great movie too. You can't handle the truth.
Alright, keep going.
Yeah. There's a woman sitting across the table.
Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible.
No way they did.
They're not looking at each other. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone.
Put the baby on a stand.
Sorry? The waiter whose testimony the court heard earlier clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But I... If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. The baby did it, obviously.
Put him on
Yes, the
stand, that's what I'm
baby.
saying, bro, snotty little brat.
It is a blatant waste of the court's time. There's nothing I can say to that. Excellent work, Ryunosuke.
code
You've gleaned
red.
some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before.
Now, can you finally...
Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the
now
ones you
we
may
can do it.
examine. Press A and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use up, right, down, yeah, the right stick. Okay. Oh. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles by using the left stick. Okay. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press A to investigate further.
Okay.
So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. It won't let us, though. Hold on.
Wait, what?
See if there isn't something new to be learnt by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Oh, okay. Oh, the stamp. Name, Mr. John Wilson Hota Clinic. Dentist, Hota Clinic.
When you press A, what happens? Can you press A?
So the Hota Clinic is a dentist?
Can you press A?
Okay.
Exactly. But do it in a place
But
where it
was
actually lights
was
up.
this thing.
Now press it.
It says Hota Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the only cold I've ever had in my life, and I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Brr, I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to have only had one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. It was a dentist office. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment. That's why, with Family Doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine. Going to a doctor, I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections, and then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege. All when you're at your lowest ebb. You sound like a model patient, with a bad case of stubbornness no less, for which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed.
So wait.
But it says dentist, Hota Clinic. Like, they're not mentioning that it says dentist.
They did. Why does that matter?
I don't know. He wouldn't be eating food right after going to the dentist?
Oh, if you had it. But didn't they say that that report was from a long time ago?
Ooh. It opens. Ooh.
Unfortunately, chat ain't really paying attention. I don't know what they're talking about.
I'm trying to catch up with chat.
What are they talking about?
He is calling out the American healthcare system, yes. Alright, let's see. So we can't read any of this. It's all
Or you
blurry.
can press it. Yeah.
Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed.
Ooh.
Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia.
Why would he be eating steak? If he
Yeah,
had a
why would
molar
he be
review?
eating steak if he just got a molar out? Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas? That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief.
It is. I used it.
Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Yeah, they're amazed.
Have you ever had the laughing gas done, chat? I've done it. I
Bro,
was fully awake.
When I had the laughing gas, it knocked me the F out. I did not know what happened.
No, that's not how the laughing gas works.
Well, they did gas on me before.
No, gas keeps you awake. You don't fall asleep.
Well, then I had a weird anesthesia that was gas, and it was supposed to keep me partially awake, but I was out, and I don't remember anything. It's when I had my endoscopy, when they shoved a tube down my throat to look at my tummy, where they found nothing. Well, there was a stomach, but, you know, they didn't find anything.
Yeah, when I was getting my wisdom teeth removed.
Yeah. Oof, he was awake.
I did the laughing gas. I was.
He was awake for 4 impacted wisdom teeth.
I was just impacted. No.
Impacted means they weren't really sticking out. They just dug them out before they got bad.
It was just me feeling really good. No limbs. I couldn't feel my limbs, and then I was just laughing.
Oh shoot!
And all I could hear was just a bunch of cracking noises happening.
They knocked me out for mine. My senior year of high school, I got full under because I did not want to be awake for any of that.
Ooh, there's a cautionary note.
There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well.
Foods.
Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed.
There you go.
Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. The medical report card's information has been updated.
For now.
With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely.
Definitively.
Aha.
Not that one, right? Not that.
Even if what I saw was in the precise moment, blah, 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 blah. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was. That young lad in black, that much I did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out. So that's not true.
Wait. Yeah, but I don't know if that's the statement you need to present. You need to present the...
I also just don't like this one.
I think it was the one about him being alone, because if he can't eat solid foods...
Yeah, he shouldn't even be eating.
Therefore, he wasn't eating anything, therefore, why was there a plate with food?
Right, why is there a plate with food? Who was eating it if he wasn't supposed to be?
Yeah.
Not
that one. I think it was... Not that one.
So far, this is the one I kind of want to use. Okay, just because I know the waiter was there, and it's really pissing me off that he says nobody else was there, because the waiter was there.
Everyone else, even the judge knows that. Because he was the one who gave the testimony. He was saying he wasn't there as in he was in the kitchen when the shooting happened. Because that's what he said earlier. That was his excuse. So go back.
I do just really want to present this, just not with any of these statements. Like, none of the statements work with the card. You know what I mean?
The fact that he wasn't alone.
Okay.
Because whose food is that, right? He couldn't be eating. But not that statement, right? Because that one doesn't say that he was alone.
Or that one or this one?
I think it's the indeed alone. I could be wrong, but...
Or this one.
Dining
dining by himself. Let's do this one. Okay, present. And then present with this. Let's have a look. This is doing it again.
Just autoplay. Is it faster with autoplay? Oh, okay.
I even tried to find a setting that would speed the text up, but it just won't.
Oh yeah, that sucks. I heard Ingram tell me
No food or drink besides water for 3 hours. And that was something else on the table, right? What was it? Sparkling something?
Sparkling water.
Mm-hmm.
With this new information, can you present the...
I think I just pressed the wrong button.
Okay. Yeah, go back. Can you...
X is present.
X is present.
There we go. Well, I think,
I'll be right back.
what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke, everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. All right, and thanks for the advice. Kurikuta-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. No, lies. But that's... Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could possibly have perpetrated the crime. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? Why, that outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted? What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating? Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. And it was definitely 2 o'clock, so it was not 3 hours.
Yeah.
Kurikuta-san. What, boy, what? As you just heard, when he was killed, sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Aw? Expertly done, partner.
Objection!
What? What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photogenic evidence. Photographic evidence.
Yeah, super photogenic. Look how stapled it is.
You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Ah, I think the tables have turned. Ah, I love it. So funny. The music is so good. You gotta hear the music. Wouldn't you agree,
No,
Ryunosuke?
you keep this one.
I just want you to hear it for a minute.
Just give me the other one. The one I've been using this whole time. Yes, most definitely.
I want you to hear
this
it.
Sucks.
Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? All right, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... an as yet unknown third party, right?
The woman.
That's what we think? The woman, the unknown third party? The baby was the... Oh, no, but the baby was on the guy's back. It's fine. So we think the unknown third party. Or was he eating the steak when he shouldn't have been?
Well, it was not the victim. We know that. It wasn't you. The two witnesses.
We think it's the unknown third party. Like, he probably wasn't eating at all. And this unknown third party was there.
I think it's the unknown third, unless we want to say that it was the two witnesses, but I don't think so.
Nah.
Because I know that the...
We have to connect this to the woman that we know was there. Because
Right,
they're
right.
thinking we made
Exactly.
that up, so... Okay, Strings. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
I think that's his voice.
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. Yes, there was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything, yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable.
Facts.
If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma, are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them, these two witnesses on the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No.
All in on it. That's what he's saying.
That's right. Freak him out.
It was the baby.
Hold it. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. Oh, tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us.
Who?
Caught him.
Who told you that, though?
Oh, the waiter. The waiter. What did you just say, Korikuta-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders? Now, hold on, lad. I was... Say you never saw the gentlewoman. Grr. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean... You saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? The witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair? Just one simple slip of the tongue.
I was just following orders.
Order. Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? The waiter. Well, That's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence.
The baby.
However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities.
Right.
It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose.
Yeah, like
Well-
why? Like the waiter has no power over these two people.
Yeah, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we can make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose.
We need to hold a sword like homeboy. Ooh, what is that?
That's my pin.
Nice.
My personal student number is engraved on the back here. If you lose your pin, they won't accept you as a Yume student at the university. You may not come in. They say, you may not come in.
Corny.
Of course, you can get a new pin made if you just tell them your number. I've actually lost mine twice already, but I still don't know my student number by heart. Ooh, it could have been another student? I always say to myself, I mustn't forget to write it down somewhere. But then I forget not to forget that. Ah, the symbol of Yume University. Every student wears this pin with pride. It's funny, but most emblems seem to be either round or rectangular. I like the spike design, even though it doesn't really make any sense. Although, it does cause problems. Lots of students end up cutting their fingers on their badges. Perhaps it was the idea of one of the founders, a sharp pin for a sharp mind or something?
Okay.
Okay, so we don't care about the pin. The post-mortem report. Okay. Alright, there's nothing in this picture. Ooh. This plan of the restaurant raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly, and that's not all.
Right.
Look here in the upper left where it says kitchen. Oh yes, what of it? No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they were in a hurry. Yeah, the waiter said he was in a hurry when he wrote it. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Ryunosuke.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm. Aha.
Oh, front on switch it. Hey. Oh, there it says.
Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
Wait, who's Satoru
Hold on,
Hosonaga?
Satoru Hosonaga.
Who was the other Satoru? Wait! Wasn't that the waiter? You were like, ooh, another Satoru. Blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah,
so
blah.
he wasn't a waiter?
No.
Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Chief Inspector
Right.
Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau, Inspector? What on earth?
He's not a waiter.
Because he's not a waiter at all. The police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here, the waiter's business card information has been updated.
Those damn Uchihas.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we got what we needed.
Pretty sure that's what we
That's the one. Please, wait. Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this,
Send him to jail. I don't
well,
like
Your
him.
Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes to my head.
No.
Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is this guy, Satoru Hosonaga, age 29.
Go for it.
Yes!
Yes. Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san, the waiter who took a stand earlier?
And that's why he didn't want to give away
Poppycock, what
the
possible
card.
reason would the waiter have to make those witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were... Come on, Ryunosuke, time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity as proven by this evidence. This one?
I
This
like-
is-
I love how no one decided to turn the card around.
I know. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail. But I'm not sure what we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front.
Bro.
The back of the back. Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is.
It does sound a little bit like Full Metal Alchemist music.
Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession.
Yeah, like of a fire
It does sound very Full Metal. The waiter's profession, but that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
Yeah.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand? Was it in fact the waiter who gave your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Hold it! Oh, he's here! Inspector Hosonaga! I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence.
He said no.
Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. Whoa, is that not me? Oh god, you scared me. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
It is the thumbnail
So,
thing.
you mean to say, you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working at a restaurant as a waiter? Of course, your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes. There have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? I know he does look 50, not 29. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! As I suspected. Bang. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders.
Ooh.
Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea.
Ooh.
The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect? Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case? But it's not right!
Right.
Ouchie.
Even Kazuma quiet. Never mind.
One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory is a young Englishwoman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. And it was, that's why we had the pin of the student. We had the student pin in our evidence.
Oh, that wasn't yours?
I don't think so. The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle?
English.
She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University's medical faculty. What is happening here? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. It obviously needs further investigation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration. It would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. Objection, but Your Excellency,
Bro.
That would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem. Nothing will get in my way. Poor guy.
Yeah, your own health, bro. Gotcha.
Okay, JM. That's cool. That's a fine spoiler. It's fine. So the pin is still his.
Yeah. He did say
It's
it
in
earlier.
every case. Okay.
He said it earlier that he kept forgetting his number too.
The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand.
Yeah.
Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency. Good. Then we have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Is it gonna save? Good grief.
Is this where we take a break? Yeah. You can end it here if you want. To be continued.
Save it, yes.
Just override it.
Fun. Okay. 22nd of November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of the Judicature, Defendants, Antechamber 5. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, you were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight. Before I knew it, you'd started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it, it's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Just kidding. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your Phantom Lady at last.
Right. Mom's birthday.
A student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. Arms weak, palms sweaty, mom spaghetti. That's true. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I'm sure of. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table. I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just after I bent down and picked it up,
Flashback episode.
bang! I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me looking white as a sheet, and he bundled me in some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen.
Wait, what was all this information?
Oh, yeah, where was this? The waiter ran over to me looking white as a sheet. That makes me think the waiter did it. I don't know.
No, I mean, if he's white as a sheet means he was scared. He probably didn't do it.
Maybe, yeah. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area.
He, like, covered.
Mm-hmm. There you are. Well done, both of you.
This is the teacher, right?
Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy, our justice system even more so, which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What are you saying, Kazuma?
He's staying.
So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma. Well then. It looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John Wilson was visiting Professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. We need to learn more about that girl. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case, but I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then, I also thought Mikotoba was sus at first, but now I'm thinking he's like the sensei behind the scenes, right? We think he's cool. He's cool
What's
peeps.
with that chick?
I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Yeah, who is she? Of course.
Of course.
Good luck, Kazuma-san. Sama.
Sama.
Kazuma-san. Kazuma-sama.
Stop it. Please stop.
Defendant Naruhodo. Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow. Before those old fossils know what's hit them. Can I save it now?
You saved it earlier.
No, I'm saving it again. Because my throat hurts from voicing all the characters, to be honest.
You don't have to do this every time. Oh.
Thank you, really. What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed me then, I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really gonna give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. He's a real bro. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals like I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. 22nd of November, 1209, Supreme Court of the Judicature, Courtroom 2. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Ouchi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under a rather painful scrutiny from the government.
They have a lot of words on here.
Sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we forge with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders? Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke. What do you mean? as a secret trial. Oh, a secret trial. Anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Is this? Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy. You and your friend know nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. What's up, Mr. Insanity? I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Wisely said.
So is this the same? No, is this the same main character of the other games?
I don't know. Well said, Ryunosuke, despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brats! Thank you, Counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume within the next witnesses taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett. Cosmo with that headband. We're gonna have to fight for the husbando 5 minutes in. It's true. It's true.
They're talking about Cosmo.
Cosmo is cute. He is, Jessica. Yes, ma'am. See? Great minds. Great minds. Oh, different main characters for the other games? Okay, cool.
His hilt looks like our hilt on our sword.
It does. All white?
I know. It's all like the all white sword. Cosplaying
So
him tomorrow.
pretty.
I'm kidding. I'm not. I don't do that.
Oh, it's getting late.
I don't really cosplay like that.
Whoa, she looks ridiculous. Why does she have a swan on her head?
Because that is English AF.
English AF. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan and from such a distant land. Tea! Someone bring English tea! In England, no discussions take place without tea! Is that true? No idea. So, ahem. Could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court? Oh, they're being so nice to her.
Of course.
Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonaga. I've been working undercover as the head waiter at La Carnival. Yes, we know about you already. Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of. Yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
That's funny. Oh my gosh, I can't with her. Tuxedo
Oh
lady.
my god, what is she speaking another
She's
language?
speaking English and y'all don't understand. In Japanese.
Oh, great.
Is he the translator?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what? Oh, he can speak to her.
He's the translator. Yeah, but how can I trust what they say
We
now?
can't trust him.
Man.
The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in Yuma University's medical faculty. Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
Bro,
As far as I can tell. The detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. You'll obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke.
Right, simp.
The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett.
That is funny.
3 days
Not
ago,
the
at the
reverse.
restaurant called La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time.
Is that correct?
Is that correct? I still don't think she did it. She's like a
telling her
noble
to lie
lady.
through her teeth, bro.
She says, yes. This could take some time. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting when you're the one who engineered her escape. I know! What is that? I was just following special orders from the Bureau. Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps? She's gonna say it was me, isn't she? Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. I don't know. He seems like he's making that up.
You think so?
Look at the ...
I know.
Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say... Yes, it would appear that the lady did witness the crime.
Gosh.
The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. Really? The hat is too much. It's so ugly. Order in the court. Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. That guy's lying about what she's saying. Okay. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beefsteak.
Is that what she's saying?
After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. So they're saying me and the professor got into an argument?
Ah, she might be telling exactly what
Then,
happened.
not
but
long afterwards,
switching you with her.
the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. Nope, that's what happened to her.
That's what I think.
She be lying. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Neither does anyone in Japan. No one in Japan carries a gun.
Yes!
No, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all. Quiet, you filthy wretch. Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. And look at this Snow White angel. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe. Racist! Ugh, it's because I'm wearing black. You're still making the same mistakes, Ryunosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. But he's so annoying. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the Bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. But you didn't see if she shot him. You were in the kitchen. The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so, on the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm.
Bro, there's a big ass head on her.
Because she kicked it under the table where we picked it up.
Mm.
I would think she couldn't hide a gun anywhere in that outfit shoot if
That's
she
what I'm
wanted to.
saying.
For real. She had like a little
She got
little
like
thigh halter thing.
she got 8 layers.
She were strapping. Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot. There are no pockets in my outfit. The hat! The hat. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Ugh, that's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryunosuke, but I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day.
Take her hat off.
You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart.
Ooh. The evil smirk.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency.
Jab, jab, cross the witness.
Okay.
I reached me for a slightly late lunch.
The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered myself only a beef steak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into an argument. About what? She was there? Press. What were we arguing about? If you were right there. I never got into an argument. All I did when I noticed him was go over to say hello. Don't get angry with me. No, I wasn't directing that retort at you. It was meant for the lady. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. I'm afraid your words are in vain. Sorry? Miss Brett does not appear to speak Japanese. No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyway. English is the future. We must all speaku English. Oh, that's funny. I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever, only in the presence of a beautiful woman.
She was talking to Dr. freaking Wilson. He was from England. They were speaking English. Bruh. So annoying. How can they get in an argument?
It seems after the argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. That part ties in with what you said, doesn't it? Yes, I still had some coffee to drink. And the next time you got up after that was when I'd finished my coffee and stood up to leave. Then not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Okay, so what are we going to press next? The gun thing? Maybe this one. I don't carry a gun. You want to press that?
Sure.
Yes!
High five.
It's all very well saying that, but can you prove it? Absolutely. I verified it personally. You verified it? Yes, immediately after the incident, I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying a weapon. I distinctly remember her saying, "I'm not." That doesn't count. That's all you did? You just asked? Surely you carried out a physical search, Inspector. No. Why on earth not? The honorable English gentlewoman clearly stated that she did not possess a weapon. There were obviously no need for any further probing into the matter. Or there was no permission given for any further probing into the matter, perhaps. Think what you will, but if you're going to continue with this preposterous claim that the refined lady was concealing a firearm, the prosecution demands that you support your assertion with facts.
Bruh.
In other words, he wants evidence. The lady wishes to point out that of course she wanted to stay and assist with the investigation, but she was in a hurry to give a presentation at the university, so she was compelled to leave. Not to mention the fact that your office had told you to get the woman out of there. No, not to get her out of there. I just urged her to leave. The lady would like to point out that she in no way meant to run away from the scene of the crime, but she did. Which is why she is only too happy to cooperate and testify here in court today, of course. Unlike a certain student who refuses to admit when the game is up. You could at least have the courtesy to pay attention when I'm goading you. So she's maintaining that you got into an argument with the professor at the end of which you shot him. Which is an out-and-out, totally unfounded lie. Still, her statement is very compelling.
Bro, you simping too?
Yeah, boy, we ain't got no pockets. She gunned the entire ballpark, made Ethan Ralph proud. After all, she's elegant, refined, young, and beautiful gentlewoman from Great Britain. Blah, blah, blah. In stark contrast to you, dressed from head to toe in a dull black school uniform. I'm dressed exactly the same way as you are, except for the flapping red ribbons. Well, anyway, this is our only chance to expose her testimony as the fiction that it is. If we can't do that, the trial's over. Even you with your thick skin must be able to feel the murderous looks you're getting from around the room. Only too well, I feel half dead already. And the fact that I can't see a single inconsistency in her testimony isn't making me feel any better. Press her on any of her statements that seem even slightly off to you. Do that and an opening will present itself, I promise you. I had a slightly late luncheon. The professor was unable to eat.
Okay, so that's him speaking for her, right?
Mm-hmm. They got into an argument. We already pressed that. We didn't press this.
Wait. Then long afterwards.
Not long after, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him before my eyes. And I think we just pressed that about carrying a gun. So I guess we can press this one.
Yes!
Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no point in repeating that assertion over and over. Well, I wasn't expecting to be attacked by my own side. Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand. Well, yes, that's true, but all I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, there was someone much closer to the victim than me at the time, the highly suspicious lady in the stand. That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel. Dirty? Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy. Good night, Jessica. Have a good night. It seems to me that your accusation is just as baseless as ours. What nonsense. The lady is merely stating what she saw. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Oh crap.
What did you do?
I just kept going. Still, her statement's very compelling. After all, she's an elegant, refined, blah, 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 blah. Alright, we gotta do it again. We gotta press another statement. Okay. Press her on her statements, blah, blah, blah.
Wait.
The true face of this exotic foreigner hiding behind the mask.
Wait, what did she say?
I was looking to see if there was any
arranged to
more.
meet for slightly late luncheon.
Okay, we didn't press this.
Yes!
After 2 p.m., in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it? You don't keep up with the latest fashion from Britain, do you? Late luncheons are on vogue, isn't that right? No. A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together. But maybe she's the one who had an argument with him about something. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Which we can prove from the medical report card submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. Yes, that all makes perfect sense. Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is. So you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next? The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beefsteak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into an argument. Then not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit.
There's only one we haven't called out.
Was it this one? No. We said we didn't shoot him.
Okay, go back.
It's this one? Well, no, I think we did this one first.
We did the argument already. Go back. I think
The
it's that
professor
one.
was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a
We haven't
beefsteak.
pressed
Yes!
Okay. But there was also a drink on the table. He was unable to eat, you say. And that was because he just had a tooth removed at the Hota Clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of that fact? It seems so, yes. She'd heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean that it was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left. No, they moved stuff around.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm sorry.
He said, the print there, the print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. And I was questioning, was it left exactly that way? Because he did take us to another room, probably to move things and escort her out. What a harrowing experience to have traveled to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that subjected you to this terrible plight. So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all? That's right, other than some carbonated water. Just water? Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each.
There was only one glass.
They each raised a glass of carbonated water. There was not. There was only one. It's very meaningful. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has profound bearing on this case. Well, well, how fascinating. Do tell us. What is this profound bearing?
I'm pretty positive there was only one.
Yeah, there was only one glass on the table and they're saying that there was two. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony. Gladly, she said. That was brilliant, Cosmo. I'm going to remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. I'd hope that there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that, Ryunosuke. I ordered a beefsteak for myself and the professor. Ooh, she lied. I ordered a beefsteak for myself and the professor, and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water.
Right?
After a while, the accused came over. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're the other ones. They remember they added
She
that.
changed something, so. And the picture of the one steak and one drink.
Yep.
Okay.
It's fine. You just need to
Yes!
Yep.
the way it looked
That's
up.
it. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is, it's odd, very odd. Dear me, what's odd is the defense's inability to express itself. Ugh. Ryunosuke, what is it about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously, it's the cheers. The cheers? Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there's only one. There should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here.
Objection.
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over miniature? What? Minutiae.
Minutia.
Minutia? Really?
It's minutia.
Really? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case that she lied? Minutia, you say? Could it be the detective here removed a glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Are you going to try to tell me you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. Is a small or trivial, unimportant detail.
I just forgot that's how it's spelled.
I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Then where'd the second one go? As you will.
Speaking English.
Inspector, what did the lady say? It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. What? It was all so terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she's saying. Uh-huh. Good gracious.
Bruh.
I'm sorry, but the mask is a lot.
This math ain't math.
Sorry. Sorry.
She says she's sorry.
She hid the gun in her hat. There, as I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all. Oh, please. You must remember that the student had murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray? That's absurd. Oh, really? So we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, and beautiful woman of mischief.
Bruh, he just wants some. That's all he wants.
No, this can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying, which also had a gun in it.
Right. Bonk.
A handbag, you say? Yes, Your Excellency.
It's
a
a
small
gavel in this
handheld
case.
pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England. Now we know she can carry a gun in it. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. The student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning. But in the end, it comes to nothing.
Babe, that's you.
No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough
Here
time
with the
already.
logic.
My husband has logic? Lies!
Logical reasoning.
Indeed, the lady was offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed this glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? No! Well, I don't know really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it had some deeper significance. You're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. If there's a deeper significance there, it's the handbag. Yes, it's already been explained. She carried a handbag for small items. Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag, in which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. You're right. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too. What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard? It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will. 2319. We've got a 2319. What's a 2319? You can't seriously be suggesting. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir, I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag. No.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Order, order. What's the meaning of this, Inspector? The meaning of what, Prosecutor Ouchie? Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the content at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations. Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma?
Why are you coughing?
Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly, you have no faith in the police. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting, simply because it was unnecessary. You are so stupid. I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. Good, it'll probably incriminate you. This photographic print of a clear handbag.
He's a Bulls fan?
Yeah, what's the weird bull? As you can see,
Michael
it clearly
Jordan,
shows Miss
6
Brett's
rings.
handbag. Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside.
So they're gonna be like, you can't see a gun.
That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of the fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. But she ran out with it and left. Why is it there at the scene of the crime? If there was a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san. Wah! Order, order! Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. A photograph taken by Hosonaga after the incident occurred. It shows Miss Brett's handbag on a chair by the victim's table. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel. Oi. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted to the court record appears to have no further significance, I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion, that the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime. No, just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around. I'm in a worse situation than at the start. Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? You mean this is it?
You mess up.
I must say you put up quite a fight for a rookie student, but the weak are meat while the strong are eat. While the strong eat. You are wasting your time. There's no way to defeat true justice. A fact you can chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell. This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime I didn't commit? And Kazuma, his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. What? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph the detective produced that we can contest, which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling. It seems we'll be able to report to the British government on time after all. That smug little Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having considered all of the evidence placed before me.
Yes!
There you go.
Wait, Your Excellency, Ryunosuke. I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
Objection.
This amateur is getting ridiculous. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom. Your Excellency, just a moment ago, you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means, if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail I mean, then ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question. This is a blatant straw clutching. Look at this photographic print. All it shows is the handbag on the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question. There can be no problem with the evidence. Except there is. You'd better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag. My thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes? Yes, I am desperate, but it isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. Very well. I will grant the defense one final opportunity. Alright, let's go. If unsatisfied by your response, the trial will be over with immediate effect.
Sure.
Do I make myself clear? I'm also looking at the positioning of the chair next to his. That doesn't seem right.
Well,
if you look at the other one,
both chairs are pointing away from the
both
table.
chairs are pointing away from the table.
Okay. Are these the... This must be the life things that they're
Okay.
talking about. Oh, I didn't...
You will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail. It's the chair. Oh,
It's
the
It's the
tattoo?
bowl, right? Wait, what does it say? I mean, it can't be the purse because
It would normally, like, light up.
I know. So it's not the... Oh, I think this is part where you gotta take a guess or something. Yeah.
Court record. Yeah, look at this. The chair is facing the right way. So the picture he took, he straight up staged that because, well, because the body should technically be here.
I know.
But then this chair is
Right.
faced this way. There's a bull on the thing here. And there's a bull on his tattoo.
I still think that's the weird thing that needs to be pointed out, but that's on me.
I know it won't let me like click on anything with this. It's just letting me look.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the tattoo. Wait, so if he had burned his hand on the
It would
thing
have left a mark.
that the stake was on right here, it would have left a mark. If his hand had touched this searing hot plate, that's why it's on like a thing.
Yeah.
So the plate was hot and he burned his wrist on it, which means did he eat? Did she?
It is more information.
It
needs to
is.
be investigated, so I think that should be what.
Yeah, and the
So go
chairs are
back.
backwards.
So press the thing. No, honey.
Press what thing?
The ball.
I can't. Nothing's lighting up.
Present it anyway, right?
Yes!
The game doesn't want you. It wants you to fail. It's
Oh.
like that's how you get it wrong. If you
Look at
click the
this
wrong
here. There's a
thing.
very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description.
Objection!
Dear me, I was pondering what new piffle you would come out with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag. Yes, that is a burn mark. You're right. Go on, Inspector. The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report. What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we? And no possible way of knowing it either. I do. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Ouchie points out, unless its a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the details of the burn.
Right.
Did he cut the steak for her? Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the dean and other university staff. She's getting nervous. She's trying to leave. She would like to know if she may be excused. No. Of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
Nope.
Nope, do not leave. What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe this burn has something to do with the case? Yes. I'm not really sure. But if you don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging, in the hope that I might uncover something useful. Yes, you're right. I am. If we can just link that burn to the case, if we can do that, we might be able to prise the shutting door back open again. Just give up, Counsel. Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture. But if we had evidence, we do have evidence. Let me pick it. Yes, let me do it. The color draining from Miss Brett's face. Really? I have to find some link. I've got the link. This is the moment of truth. Yes, we know. We've got the evidence.
Smart. You have to present it.
Yes!
All right. Yes, Your Excellency, I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at the scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forever. Do hurry up, Rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further really would be inexcusable. Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett. She's not moving now. It's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How? You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? Right there. I don't want to, like, mess it up and not, like, be on it, you know?
Yes!
The beefsteak? Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on. The plate? Oh my gosh, Your Excellency, are you all right? As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. This emblem on the plate. And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape. Ryunosuke, you genius! You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
Objection!
But even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before, or before that. It most likely happened at some other unrelated time. Well,
Objection!
Sadly, Prosecutor Ouchie, the chances of that are extremely slim. Why? The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly. But... I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific? Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain, but he was still under the anesthesia and couldn't feel the pain.
Mm-hmm.
I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of Le Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation. But you're a detective, not a waiter.
Yes!
There you have it. Something isn't right here. Oh man, I do need to go to sleep, guys. I'm gonna get to the next save point. Anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate. Low battery, how? We're plugged in.
Are you?
Did something come unplugged underneath? Oh god, guys, the stream could end any second.
That
Okay.
was the sound earlier.
That
I
was the
freaking said it.
sound.
Move. I gotta move too.
And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. Because he didn't feel pain. Because of the dentist. We didn't hear it. Well, yes, I suppose. So the question is, why didn't a single person hear him scream? Because he wasn't feeling pain because of the dentist. Ryunosuke, do you think? Can it really be true? I never dreamed we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap.
What are you on about?
There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson hadn't noticed the burn. Was already deceased? Hadn't noticed the burn. Do you think he got shot at the dentist?
No, but he was shot right there. Everyone heard it.
He hadn't noticed the burn because he was still under anesthesia, right? Right?
That is a good theory.
Or was his wrist on the table on her plate when he was already dead? That doesn't make any sense. It takes 3 seconds. I don't think he noticed the burn. Is that what you think? That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
It's a good theory.
I don't think he was already dead. Yes, the professor, being as absent-minded as usual, was unaware. No, he wasn't absent-minded. He went to the dentist. No, I'm not labeling him. No.
I guess that wasn't the right answer.
I don't think so. Perhaps the scream you let out will wake you up a bit. No, it's that he was at the dentist and he couldn't feel anything.
But wouldn't that just be in the area? Unless they, like, after shooting him, put him in that position or something.
Okay, so it's not that he didn't notice the burn, he was already deceased?
Alright, I guess.
Or was he asleep because of the anesthesia? Did he, like, fall asleep at the table? No, because he would have woken up. He had to already be dead.
Okay.
Right? No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. It's clearly impossible.
So he was
Apart
shot
from
and
in
then
one
his hand
particular
was sitting
situation.
there.
Are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible. If the man was already dead. Already dead? Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead. That's madness. Order, please, counsel, explain this absurd notion at once. I don't know if we can just stop it anywhere.
Literally save.
But is it gonna pick us up right here?
Probably, that's what save means. I'm a little dead. I gotta work tomorrow.
I know, me too. I gotta work earlier than you.
Objection.
And I have a
You
long day
need to go to
tomorrow.
bed. So please.
Okay, yeah, we have to go, guys. It is so
The
late.
game won't stop.
I thought the
game's
game would stop sooner. It didn't. It's been 3.5 hours. Oh my goodness. We have got to go to bed. I have the longest day tomorrow. And I just found out I have something every night this week. So you are not going to see me again until Friday or Saturday or Sunday. And I start working at Sundays again this week. So yay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was going to have something every night this week. I knew tomorrow, but I just found out about Wednesday and Thursday. So, won't be streaming again at least until the weekend. Okay, yeah. So I did the manual save. We will come back to this some other time because I know we really need to continue with Tears of the Kingdom 2. I'd like to finish this case though. This was really fun. Oh, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know each case would take 4 to 6 hours. That's crazy. So yeah, we gotta go, you guys. Fire JM, PK and Matthew, thank you for being here. Frosted Zaibatsu, you were here for so long. Thank you, thank you. And do you want to play a game?
Is that
A what?
question you had up?
Yeah, I had a poll.
Oh.
If anybody had played.
You should end the poll.
Alright guys, I will see you sometime Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I have work after work every single day this week except for Friday, so.
Thanks for putting up with our voice acting.
My voice hurts so bad and I have to teach all day tomorrow. Oh my god. Alright guys, gotta go. Thank you so much for being here for our first Ace Attorney and with Miguel here the whole
Thank
time.
y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Have a good night, fam. Go get
Peace.
some rest. Glory to Master Koga. Bye.